Welcome commencement guests. We'd like to remind you today's ceremony will be filmed. We ask all guests to please remain seated, keeping aisles and walkways clear. Also a reminder that a cry room is available in the lobby should you need to exit the auditorium. Please silence your cell phones. Our ceremony will begin shortly. Thank you.
So it's a class. And they're readers too. They give tours,
Oh, they do?
panels.
Okay, I would love a tour from student council.
Absolutely.
May I ask for that?
Yes. I will reach out to you and we can set a date.
Okay, yes, I would love for them to give me a tour.
Okay. All right. Yep. Please rise as our graduates proceed to their seats. Ladies and gentlemen, you may now be seated. Thank you for joining us to honor
the 2024 graduating class of Nex+Gen Academy. As principal of Nex+Gen, it is my great privilege to be here today to honor these students. Let me introduce our distinguished Albuquerque Public School board member, Ms. Courtney Jackson is with us today. We are also joined today by Ms. Francesca Verplu, Executive Director of the Office of Innovation. I would now ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Bella Alarcón and Hugo Artalejo.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yo juro fidelidad a la bandera de Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos.
Please be seated. I am sure that over the last 4 years at Nex+Gen, you have heard about our pillars: trust, respect, responsibility, integrity, and perseverance. However, the pillars are not all equal. There is one central pillar. It is the pillar of responsibility. The degree to which you master this pillar will influence your ability to realize your life's goals more than any other. What is responsibility? Simply put, responsibility refers to taking an action towards the things you need to do, and whether good or bad, accepting the consequences of the actions or the inactions you failed to take. Do not get distracted. You will run into many people in your journey who are desperate to find the path to happiness. Unfortunately, happiness is an elusive state of mind. As you probably already know, it is very difficult to identify what will make you happy or how to make it more than just a fleeting emotion. Taking responsibility, on the other hand, will give you predictable results. You will feel a sense of accomplishment and pride. Your belief in yourself will grow. The range of what you believe is possible in your life will expand. Taking responsibility is a much better investment of your time than chasing happiness. Take a moment and think of someone in your life you have truly admired. I bet you know something about that person you're thinking of. They push themselves, they strive to achieve a goal, they truly care about the people around them. They are a role model. I promise you, this person takes responsibility for themselves and others. When you walk out that door, your life will change. See it for the moment that it is, a major transition. Don't miss it. Start by examining each part of your life and take personal responsibility for as much of it that you possibly can. Remember, from here forward, there is very little that will happen to you that you did not have a hand in. Never complain about or blame others for the obstacles before you. It signals that you are waiting for some external force to solve your problems. And what is worse, it will make you miserable. Be assured that many challenges await you. They will be in your job, your boss, your significant other, your friends, your community. You control how you respond to each of these challenges. Moreover, you probably don't know this, but you have much more influence than you probably realize. Consciously take responsibility for each challenge. Manage them, develop a plan, and make the necessary changes, but never complain. When you take responsibility, the door of reflection opens to you. Reflection is the only way to learn from your experiences and become the person you want to be. It enables you to become the protagonist of your own story. I want that for you. I have no idea what will make you happy, and I doubt at this point you do either. But by taking responsibility for everything that happens in your life, you will give yourself a much better chance of figuring it out. Good luck, class of 2024. We will miss you. The next chapter will be written by you. Thank you. We have 3 seniors who will speak to you today. Please welcome Ms. Kelly McCloskey-Romero, who will introduce our first and second speakers. Ms. Michelle Hack will introduce the third.
Hello, everyone. There's so many ways to be an excellent student. This is just one of the reasons that we have learning outcomes at Nex+Gen. Agency, ingredient analysis, collaboration, communication, and of course, content. Class of 2024, are you glad I listed them? That's probably the last time you'll ever hear them in a list like that. But the reason we have them is because we can sincerely hope that you can apply these skills as you go beyond Nex+Gen and out into the world. Anyway, we have multiple ways to shine at Nex+Gen, and these students who have distinguished themselves as the most outstanding of the class of 2024 have each done so in a myriad of ways. It is my great honor to introduce 2 of them. First, Alice, or as I like to call her, Alice. Brains and charm don't always go together, but in the case of Alice Worley, they absolutely do. She is a consistently positive presence in the classroom and wherever she goes. I can say that because I've literally been to France and back with her. Actually, I didn't come back with her, but all the way to France with her. And I found that her inquisitiveness, her cheerfulness, her curiosity, and her joyful approach to learning did not waver. She represented Nex+Gen and made valuable contributions to the community in both her junior year mentorship at the Albuquerque Biopark and her capstone project at Aries Dogland. Alice met the academic challenges of her Nex+Gen courses and these worthy volunteer experiences with an unfailing combination of brain, heart, and grit. It's not surprising because Alice is an accomplished ballet dancer. Have you ever met a ballerina? They are elegant, poised, skillful, and graceful, but also tough as nails. In the classroom and on both parts of our 2023 French exchange, I appreciated Alice's enthusiasm and intelligence, and I know that she will continue to shine at the University of Hawaii this fall, where she plans to study marine biology. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Alice Worley.
Thank you, Madame. You know, for a bunch of kids who spent their freshman year watching YouTube and movies, or even playing video games during classes due to COVID, I think we managed to turn out surprisingly well. In my freshman year, thank you. In my freshman year, I took a public speaking class from Mr. Garcia, and we watched a lot of speeches. We were online that year, so it was really all that we could do. I remember that Mr. Garcia would assign us speeches to watch and analyze, and I distinctly remember one of those being a high school graduation speech, and thinking to myself, I want that to be me someday. And now I'm finally here, so let's hope that I don't mess this up. I was thinking about and watching high school graduation speeches in order to prepare for this, and I realized that a lot of graduation speeches sound exactly the same. They talk about how far we've come, how much we've changed, how these are the best years of our lives, and how we'll always remember them and stay friends with everyone we met. But everyone I've talked to has told me differently. They've all told me that your high school years are formative for who you are and important for that, but that it's just the beginning of your overall life. As much as these have shaped who we are and have been wonderful memories, we also have to remember that we still have our whole lives ahead of us. We'll move on, get jobs, maybe get married and start a family, and high school will be nothing more than distant memories. That being said, I think that we've learned a lot, and we've gained some pretty amazing skills and had some fun times. We learned what an oubliette was, and we hid plastic babies all over the school. We sent cars through rings that we had set on fire. We've sat through tons of shelter-in-places together, and we've continuously complained about not having doors. We've all completely changed as individuals and have learned so much. We've made tons of memories, good ones and bad ones, and everyone's had their ups and downs. But no matter what your high school experience was, there's so much more that's going to happen after this. High school, really all of grade school, is the building block that you step off of to go into the real world. And I think that's important to remember. It's also important to remember who helped us get here. So give me just a couple seconds to thank a few people. First and foremost, I want to thank my parents for being so supportive. I never could have done it without you guys. I, of course, would like to thank all of my teachers, too. You've all been wonderful and have helped me so much, but there are a few I want to mention in particular. Madame, you are one of the most amazing teachers I have ever had. You made class so much fun, and you really formed a connection with every single one of your students. Thank you for making learning a new language fun and interesting. Mr. Potter, we all made so many fun memories in that class, so thank you for that. However, I also think it's a good idea to apologize for being so rowdy sometimes, so we're all sorry for that, I think, but Cheeseburger, we love you. But honestly, I feel like I've learned so much from each and every one of you. To close this out, I've gathered a few pieces of advice from some people that I know. Do something you love in life, take care of your mental health, eat your veggies, think at least a little bit before you act, and live in the moment as often as you can. I wish you all the best of luck. Congratulations, class of 2024, and thank you.
Okay, now Emma. Emma Sanchez takes the concept of being well-rounded to a whole new level. She is truly multidimensional, and her contributions to our academic community here at Nex+Gen cannot be overstated. I have 100% confidence that Emma did her best every single day, in every single class, in every single project, and in every single assignment from the time she entered Nex+Gen to her last final on May 10th. She excels not only in my favorite subjects of French and Spanish, but also in social studies, in language arts, in science, in math, and in art. She is both academically rigorous and creative. Her impressive intellect and unfailing diligence are only matched by the depth of her integrity. She is such a kind person. I've seen that kindness in action in group projects in French class, and in social situations and through the challenges of travel on our 2023 French exchange. Both her junior mentorship and capstone projects were all about putting that kindness into practice at an animal shelter, at UNM Hospital, and at Casa Angelica, a home for disabled children. Emma will be studying fine arts at the University of San Francisco this fall, and that campus is so lucky to have her, as lucky as we've been to have her at Nex+Gen Academy these past 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Emma Sanchez.
Muchas gracias, madam. Okay, good morning, everyone. I made something that I'd like to share with all of you, a speech I've prepared. But before that, if you'll allow me, I'd like to dedicate a few words to my family. My grandparents came a long way to be here at the graduation ceremony, so I'd like to dedicate a few words to them in Spanish. Abuelos, mamá, papá, Francisco, tíos, tías y toda mi familia. Quería dedicarles estas palabras por ser mi fortaleza cuando sentía que la perdía. La luz en los días nublados. el mapa cuando estaba perdida, el sentido y la razón cuando la ansiedad me dominaba. Ustedes son todo mi mundo. Les agradezco por todos los valores, la religión y el gran amor que me han compartido. Verdaderamente me han hecho la persona que ven hoy. Gracias por apoyarme y sacarme de mi caparazón. Como han de saber, ha sido un camino bastante largo. ¿Quién hubiese pensado que la niña tímida e insegura que entró a bachillerato sería la misma aquí parada en este escenario? Los amo y no importa qué lejos esté, no olviden cuánto los quiero. Gracias. Entering high school, once the shyest person in a room, insecure and terrified of speaking, I've grown into someone who can feel confident in her thoughts and words. From constant anxiety to finally being able to breathe, I am in harmony with myself. Mistakes are human. You don't need to be perfect to be great. When you love others fully, recognizing their uniqueness and talent, you learn to love yourself too. Here's to you, my wonderful peers, for when this day seems so far away, for our mistakes, thank goodness for erasers, and our triumphs, our tears and our laughs. Let's take a moment and think back at all the tests taken, the essays written, and benchmarks completed. It all appeared so far away and yet came so fast. We've made it all this way. Go out there and make a difference. Promise to always stay true to yourself. Here's to you, friends and family, for all the years dedicated, for the sleepless nights that you helped us with homework, for having to relearn math, the nights when fractions seemed so hard, for raising us, even when we were hard to handle, for the unending support and love, the sincerity of your words, and pushing us forward as we move on to the next chapter. And here's to you, our dear teachers, for your selfless service, your advice, the unforgettable role that each of you had in our lives, for your patience, your encouragement, the inside jokes we'll never forget, and most of all, for the gift you gave us, the indispensable gift of education. Here's to all of us, the long path tread, the awaited hopes and dreams, the adventures ahead. Even if the road may be hard, let us stand here today, look at life, and say, here we come. Thank you.
As his AP calculus teacher, I can let you all in on the fact that Ben is good at math. But before he stepped into my classroom, Ben created a reputation for himself of authentic curiosity and a strong desire to truly understand in each of his courses. He is one of 5 Albuquerque Public School students to receive the National Merit Scholarship this year, and he will be attending Vanderbilt University. But Ben is so much more than academics. He is a dancer and has found ways to use that to make connections and a positive impact in communities outside of his own. He is one of the only students who Mr. Manila has never beaten at chess. He has also unwittingly become the president of Nex+Gen's unofficial speech and debate club. Ben Bandy was voted most likely to rule the world by his peers in the senior superlatives portion of the yearbook. I don't think having one person rule the world is really a good move, but hypothetically speaking, maybe the world would be a bit more well-rounded with Ben ruling it. I'm honored to introduce Ben Bandy.
Good morning. Today, I stand with all of you at a new beginning. Graduations are also called commencements for a reason. They are as much a beginning as an end. High school can seem vast and maybe even insurmountable when you're in the thick of it, but looking back, I can see that it largely serves as a stepping stone in the serpentine path of life. Life is a journey in pursuit of enlightenment, understanding, and connection. Treating this moment as an end disrupts the path that we started 4 years ago. School is meant to create lifelong learners, people who will seek out knowledge for the sake of curiosity. This is what all the projects, the research, and the essays have been preparing us for, to continue learning after it is no longer thrust upon us. In the possibly apocryphal words of Albert Einstein, intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. For many of you, my fellow graduates, that continued pursuit of knowledge will come in the form of college or university, but others have chosen different paths. Whether joining the military, traveling, or starting a career, wherever you end up doing, I urge you to search for a means to keep learning and growing. This is the commencement of a new phase in each of our journeys, and I hope we will use it as a means of bettering ourselves intellectually, socially, and morally, regardless of our chosen paths. And if we ever look back on this moment and go a little bit sad and remorseful, I urge you to remember this. Even the sun is a villain when it takes away the night, but we should not revile the sun, for with it comes the light. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alice, Emma, and Ben. I would like to ask board member Courtney Jackson to join me at the podium. Ms. Jackson, I'd like to present the class of 2024. They have met all the graduation requirements as set forth by the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education, along with the New Mexico Public Education Department. To you, I present Nex+Gen Academy Class of 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Lynch. I am truly honored to stand here, and I do have little tears in my eyes from the excellent speakers. I'm so proud and impressed with the graduates from Nex+Gen Academy. So you guys are going to do amazing things. And now to the official part of my role. On behalf of the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education, I would like to accept the 2024 graduating class from Nex+Gen Academy High School. Khadija Adawi. Khadija is also graduating with the Seal of Distinction. Bella Alarcon. Gwendolyn Boyer. Aiden Brace. Ashley Chavira. Alexander Constantinescu. Aviana Davis. Annalisa Insenius. Isabella Gallegos. Santiago Gonzalez. Xavier Gonzalez. Keaton Lind. Alexander Lynch. Sophia Martinez. Vanessa Montoya. Gabriel Olivas. Davina Rios. Caden Shrilly. Ariana Thompson. Ebony Treadwell. Jerry Vallejos.
The following students, by virtue of their outstanding academic record, are graduating cum laude, or with honors. Hugo Artalejo. Kenny Estrada, Jr. Sanaya Martinez. Nora Norton. Jack Sorensen Unruh. Robert Taylor. Dominic Yatsity. The following students, by virtue of their outstanding academic record, are graduating magna cum laude, or with high honors. Levi Allen. Mina Olson. The following students, by virtue of their outstanding academic record, are graduating summa cum laude, or with the highest of honors. Layla Ardalan. Benjamin Bandy. Benjamin is also graduating with the Seal of Distinction. Laura Burionik. Laura is also graduating with the Seal of Distinction. Kyler Carpenter. Emma Sanchez. Emma is also graduating with the Seal of Distinction. Alice Worley. Alice is also graduating with the Seal of Distinction.
Class of 2024, as you stand at the finish line, know that you have not run this race alone. Your teachers have been there with you every step of the way to guide and encourage you. Would teachers please stand for a round of applause? Graduates, share this moment of success with your parents. They have been there to support you through both challenges and victories. No job is more challenging or more important. Would your parents please rise for a round of applause? Class of 2024, please stand. Move your tassels from right to left. I am confident that I send you off today to be the creators of a new tomorrow. Know that my best wishes go with you. Everyone, please rise as our graduates now process out. Graduates will be taking the graduates are going to be taking a few photos. You can meet them in the parking lot.
When you